A very quick walkthrough on how to set up a Selenium on your laptop using Java, Eclipse, Chrome drivers, and Selenium jar files. Basically, how to launch a browser without using any frameworks or even a Maven skeleton, just with a simple plain Java file. How to launch a browser. Let's see how to do that in this video. The points you see on the screen are the ones that you're going to require. You need to install the Java and then Java Home. Then you need to download the Chrome driver. You need to have a Selenium jars and Eclipses. Firstly, let me tell you why you need to have a Java. So Java, it's going to be a programming language. That's what we're going to stick with. And secondly, you need to have an environmental variables set up for the Java. So which is Java underscore home. I'm not going to tell you how to set up the environmental variable in this video. You can refer my other video where I have clearly mentioned how to set up an environmental variable on a Mac machine, and on a Windows it's quite different, but you have to set up the environmental variable. That's the first check, and refer my video on how to do this. This is very important. So this is what we need Java for basically. And then the Eclipse, I said, is an IDE. So you're going to write the Java on an IDE, right? So the IDE we're going to use is so basically all our code will come here, and the IDE we're going to use is Eclipse here, right? And once you downloaded Eclipse and Java and set up the Java home, you need to import the jar files for Selenium. Okay, so there is some jar files you need to import to the Eclipse. So these are like Selenium jar files, right? And in order to access the browsers, right, in order to access the browsers, you need to have a browser driver. So that's something like a Chrome driver or Firefox drivers. You need to have some drivers. So you have to have a browser drivers installed. So we're gonna have a driver files driver.exe on a file. So this is another thing you need to have. So this is how we're going to interact with the browser using the Java, Eclipse, and then the Selenium jar, and then the Chrome driver. So this is how the communication will happen. Let's see how to do all this. So as a first step, as I say, so this is going to be the first one. And secondly, you need to have an Eclipse, and third, you need to have a browser, the drivers, and then you need to have a browser drivers. Okay, so the third one is Selenium jars, and then the fourth one is the browser driver. So this is what we're going to do in this video. Let's see how to connect all of this and see how to do that. So first, let's pick the Java. So Java, you can go to official Oracle website, or you can in fact Google and see if you can find Java 8. I tried with Java 8. Java 8 download. You can give that, and then you can go to the official Oracle site, and if you scroll down, they have the Java 8 for respective OS. So go ahead with the JDK 8 here, download it if it's Mac. If it's Windows, you can pick the Windows version 64. You can use this one for Windows, right? So as soon as you download that, install the Java file. But before you do that, I would suggest you to check if you already have a Java, so that you can skip this test, so that you can skip this installation. So in order to check if you have a Java or not, go to terminal. You have to do Java space hyphen version. Yeah, hit enter, and there you should see the version number. If you don't see the version number, it means that you don't have a Java installed. So you have to go ahead and install the file. I said this one, but this particular files once that is matched with your operating system. Once you're done with the download, you have to set up the Java home as an environmental variable, so that you can let your computer know where your Java is installed. So in order to do that, refer the other video that I have put together. So if you have successfully done the Java home setup, come to the terminal, echo space $Java underscore home. If you do that, you should get the Java home as an path, the path for the Java home. So you should get this. It means that you have successfully set up your Java home to the JDK. Yeah, this is very important, and I have clearly explained how to set up the Java home on the other video. please refer to that video. If you can go to, so if you can go to my video, so I have put together, yeah, this video. So this is for Java and Maven, so you can refer to this video and then set up on your machine. Yep. And then, so what have we done so far? We have successfully set up the Java, and Java home is done as well, right? And then we need to have an Eclipse, correct? You need to set up an Eclipse. It's silly to show you around this Eclipse, but if you haven't downloaded the Eclipse, or just go to Google and search for download Eclipse. You can use any IDE, but I'm going to use the Eclipse version here. Just go here and download the version that you want for your OS and install them. So that's step number 2. Since I have already downloaded it, I'm going to go to Spotlight search, and look for open the Eclipse. If you're on a Windows, just open the Eclipse. Let the Eclipse open. Right. I'm going to stick with the default workspace and click on launch. Right. So now the Eclipse is open successfully. These are my previous projects, but let's assume we're going to create a new one. Basically, I'm going to show you the project that you see here, but I'm going to show you how to create a new project. So let's go to File, New, and Project. Don't select Java project, select project. Yeah. And once you select project, keep it as Java project, and next. Give the name demo 3, maybe. In my case, you can go ahead with the version or the name that you prefer. Click on finish. Now we got the demo 3, and if I expand it, this is how the folder structure should look like on your machine as well. Right click on src and create a package. So new package. Let's open Google. Yep. Let's open Google. Yep. Let's see. Name it as Google, and then right click on the package name. So the package names are like a test suite, whereas within the test suite you can have any test cases, so you can imagine like that. So right click on the Google, new, and then create class. So when you create a class, check this void main, otherwise you have to type it manually. And now give the name as Selenium So as you type, you can see the naming convention suggested by the Eclipse itself. So just follow the naming convention pattern in that. Type Selenium underscore Java underscore Google. You can name it however you want, but this is what I would like to go with. Click on finish. Right. Now you should have the package name, and with a public class, and with a static method, the main method within that, right? Before we go ahead and write a Java code, for now you should see you don't have any other additional library. So you have a jar by default, which is good. Now we have a Java file set up in this. So before we launch a Chrome or anything on the Java side, we need to have a Selenium, right? So we have a Java as per the checklist here. You have installed Java, and then you have set up the Java home. Now you need to download the Chrome drivers and then the Selenium jars. Okay, let's do the Selenium jars first maybe, and then I'll jump to, because that's the order. And now we have also created a project in Eclipse, so that's done. So in order to download the Selenium jars, you have to go back to the browsers and download Selenium. Just type download Selenium and go here. You can pick the language as Java, and that would give you a Java zip file. Okay, so once you download the Java zip file, extract the zip file, so as soon as you download the Java, extract it, and that should give you the libraries and the Java files. All right, so you can keep this anywhere. I put it in a separate folder. I named it as Selenium, so I kept all my Selenium files over there. You can also keep it in there, or you can leave it in the downloads. right? As long as you have this, you need to have this at the right place all the time in this downloads all the time. So it's better move it to a separate folder and keep it safe over there. So the folder where you're not gonna rename or change in future, right? And let's go back to the checklist. Yes, you have downloaded the jar files. And another point here is you need to import the Selenium jars. Okay, you need to import the Selenium jars so that you get the connection between the Selenium and the Java code, right? So you need to connect this two. So you need to import that into the Eclipse. So let's see how to import that. Go to your Eclipse. In order to import the Selenium drivers, you have to right click on the file on the project and then go to build path and configure build path. You should see by default libraries are selected, and then you have to click on add jar files, and from here go to the downloaded file, I mean the Selenium Java, whichever the version that you have downloaded. This is my old one which I'm still sticking with. Select everything that you see here, all the jar files, and open them. Once you click on open, since I have done already, I'm not going to click open. So once you done open, click on okay, sorry, I have not done for this project, so I've done it for another project. So let me do that along with you. Shift and select, and let me go back and select all the jar files in the library as well. Now I have all the Selenium files. Now I'm going to click on apply and close. But before I close, I want to give you one tip on the Java compiler. Okay, let's apply. Sometimes you may not launch anything at the Selenium side or the programming side because sometimes the JRE selected, so you need to swap your JRE with JDK. So in order to do that, you need to have if you have only JDK, that's not a problem. If you have JRE as well, so you may end up with a problem. Okay, so make sure you sort that by going to the compiler. Right now I have 1.8. I have no issues for now, but in your case, just see swapping this to a different version works fine or not, because this is JDK complaints I have and everything works fine for me. So just keep that in mind. That's one tip I want to give you if you couldn't launch a browser by following this video. Let me know in the comment below if you're having an issue with the JDK. I will make another video on how to fix that. Right now I'm going to click apply and close, and now you see we have another libraries. Earlier it was just JRE system libraries. Now we have a reference libraries which contains all the Selenium files installed in it. Okay, now this is sorted, right? We have imported successfully, and then we have to download Chrome driver.exe. So again, you can go ahead Selenium official website for this, and you can set up the Chrome. Let me go here. You can go here and then go to Selenium downloads, search, install browser drivers, and here you can find the one for Google. Yeah, click on downloads, and you can get the Chrome driver for the version that you want to set up. In my case, I already have done it. So the way you have to do that is go to your in Chrome, click on about Chrome, and check the version. So the version says 1.06. Yeah, so you have to stick with the version 1.06, not anything less or more than that. Just stick with the version 1.06 and that would do the job for you. Click on that and that would download the file. If you click on that, if you're on a Mac, stick with Mac. If you're on a Windows, go ahead with Windows 32. So once you download, extract it, go to the downloads, extract the file, and this is Chrome 2 because I already have a Chrome in this folder, so that's why it's Chrome 2. So in your case, it could be Chrome driver. Copy that, again paste it on the Selenium folder that you previously pasted your Selenium Java. Paste there. Okay, so now that is done as well. Now it's time to write a Java code. Okay, so what are the steps we have covered? So we imported the Selenium jars, and then We have downloaded the Chrome. The next step is to write the program. Write the program to launch a browser. Everything's gonna be done now. This is the last step. All right, but so far I hope you are not jammed anywhere, you're not stuck. So come here, hit enter. So the first thing you need to type is system dot. So this is where you need to define where your Chrome driver is. We are not going to use anything like WebDriver Manager. In that case, you don't have to use your Chrome driver. I mean, it uses the API to download the Chrome drivers or Firefox or Gecko for yourselves. You don't have to manually download the drivers based on your browser version, which is a lot of pain. Let's see how to do that in a manual way for now, and I can also show you how to do that using the WebDriver Manager. For now, let's stick with this. Let's do system dot set properties. So if you look like set property, it's a key value, right? So system dot set property, the key here is WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver. That's the key. Okay, so this is the key, and the value is where your Chrome driver is. So I'm going to give the path for my Chrome driver. My Chrome driver is by default. Let me go to the Finder. I have my Chrome driver in a Selenium folder. Over there, Java. Sorry, over there is a Chrome driver. Yeah. So I have to do the right click and copy. By pressing the Option key, you can copy the path. So sorry, right click on the Selenium and copy the path for the Selenium. Now if I go to the Eclipse, I'm going to paste the path, semicolon, right? So that's all for system set properties. And now we're going to do the Chrome driver. We're going to connect to the Chrome driver. Let's see how to do that. So let's create an object for Chrome driver, and if you mouse over on Chrome driver, you should get an import option for Selenium, right? New Chrome driver. So we created an object for the driver, and now if you do driver.get, put any website there, https google.com and driver.quit. Okay, I'm gonna come and quit for now so that you can see the Chrome launching the Google. Yeah, so this is it. So let's run this code, run as Java file. So there you go, that launched a Chrome and opened a browser, Chrome browser, and launched a Google for you, right? And one more thing that I said I'm going to show you is how to, so basically if you can go back to, how to use the WebDriver Manager for Chrome, right? So if you can go to the Selenium official Selenium website, and then you can go to Selenium WebDriver, then drivers. Yeah, so this is what we did. We used the local drivers. Check the getting started, install browser drivers, right? So there are three ways to use the drivers, and the method we followed is using the path and using the hard-coded location. This is what we tried, but there's another way where you can use the WebDriver Manager. Okay, so all you have to do is just copy this. You have to use the WebDriver, but you have to import the WebDriver Manager. So in order to do that, you have to import this first. Okay, if I can go back to the Eclipse, and then if I import that, Okay, so because this one is for a Maven based project, so you won't get this Git, so you can skip that part. All right, so this is how you can launch on a plain Java file. So if you want to go ahead with WebDriver Manager, you should have a Maven. Try with Maven, and that should work fine. Because I tried with a plain Java, it didn't work. You can try with Maven, and then you can try WebDriver Manager. Maybe that's going to be a next video, because if you look at, for an example, I can show you an Amazon login. Yeah, I have an Amazon login project here. I'm gonna show you how the drivers are set up using the WebDriver Manager. So as you can see, when you have a Maven installed, you can use the WebDriver Manager, and that allows you to use GitHub, and then that allows you to use a WebDriver Manager, um, and you don't have to worry about manually referring your driver path to the Selenium. So this is with the Maven. For now, this is the easiest way, using the plain Java file and how to access Google using via the Chrome driver. Hope you can set up your first Selenium and start practicing it. So from here you can start practicing whatever that you want to do. You can maximize, you can practice all your Selenium commands. So this is the initial setup for Selenium Java without using Maven, TestNG, JUnit, or any other additional framework concepts. So enjoy your learning. Thanks for watching till here.